Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kids, welcome back to the podcast, the live stream edition. Thank you very much. Podcast, your home for rational crypto news and objectivity, leaving emotion at the door, talking about what we like, why we like it, and where we see it going. We are not offering financial advice. We're telling you what we do, and that is all. We don't slow down. We don't let up. Full speed is our only speed. I'm your host, Scott, pragmatic investor who has won and lost fortunes. Joining me today, the greatest producer of all time, the one, the only, the mighty Belle, and she gets her special sound effect for that. I don't even know if she's on. I don't even know if she's lurking. We'll find out as we go. But give it up for Belle. Here at the podcast, we have a tendency to talk about what others are not talking about and bringing the focus onto use case cryptos because, as we know, these would drive the market and bring innovation to a world that desperately needs it. Status quo is no longer acceptable. Time for technological revolution. Welcome to crypto. Welcome to the podcast. Thank you. I gotta tell you, it's I had to move all of the remote stuff out into the studio because I needed that remote equipment out there to make that studio function. And I'm not gonna lie, man, it's weird not even glancing over there to see if anybody's watching in the morning. And it's a little bit unnerving, but it's also a little bit exciting because then I don't know if I'm talking to 0 people or if I'm talking to 10 people. And we average about 10. To say that the morning streams have been underwhelming, I think would be a little bit of an understatement. But that's on me. That's on me. We just never really pivoted off from our content from trying to stay reasonable and rational, and trying to stay reasonable and rational in an irrational market. Man, you're just on the outside looking in, and we've been doing that for a long time. So, ultimately, we're cool with it. We're just gonna kind of keep doing our thing and see what comes of it. The bummer on this is that I did start up a gaming channel, World of Warships. I love the game, man. I've been playing it for so long. I love the game. I love taking the battleship Iowa out and firing at German and Japanese battleships. It's great. It was fun because during the actual World War II, no superpower battleships ever got within close enough range to fire at each other. So we don't actually know what would have happened aside from the Bismarck and the Hood, which is the one time that 2 battleships came out and actually faced each other. We have no idea how it would have worked out. Anything could have happened. Now, the Hood, in defense of the Hood, this was an older battleship. All right. It was undergunned. It was under armored. It was not ready for something like the Bismarck with those big 380s, man, that just ripped a hole, hit the magazine, and blew the whole thing to hell. So it wasn't exactly a fair fight. At the time, you're talking about 15 years of technological evolution by the Germans and to build weapons of war. So it's certainly going to work out better. But I still take that ship out. I have it. I have the Hood. I still take it out. Now the bummer part is that it's just it's so many more views. Getting subs, views, comments, all those other good stuff that we just don't get over here in the crypto world. But that is us. That's on me, man. We're crypto is very, very fragmented. It's very, very cult-like. You may have noticed from time to time. I got to turn off this heater. I didn't get to do that yesterday because it was so damn cold. When you wake up and it's 10, 12 below, man, you don't want to wake up. You just want to climb back in bed and just, you know what, wake me. I'm going to groundhog this thing. All right. When when I no longer see my shadow in the snow, I'll get out of bed. That seems to be where we're at. But I want to do better. I want to do better by you guys. That's it. And I'm going to continue to do my best. If you caught our stream yesterday, if you caught the lunchtime stream, I moved decently into that token right there, Max, and I'm doing it from a pure narrative standpoint. It's a token for an AI agent launching platform, and you can see it right over there at agents.land. So if you want to look into what the token is for and what it actually does, go ahead and do that. Now, I'm not griping, picking up 64% in overnight. I'm certainly not complaining about it, but it brings us back to the market that you have versus the market that you want, and the market that I want is a hell of a lot different. It's got the Audius app is way up there on the top of it. The Aegis is way up there on the top of the list. It's mobile apps pushing into the Web 2 world. That's the market that I want. But it's definitely not the market that I have. So we have to just kind of learn to deal with it. So I'm taking more risks now. I'm not talking, very, very hyper aggressively about them because I am taking a hell of a lot more risks because whatever is going to happen out here, out in the deep fringe altland, uh, you're going to need some money to weather this, and you're not going to get it out here in the deep fringe altland. Jackal will probably be an outlier because they are going over to base, and it's a real good place for them. They're going to have the den. The den is going to launch over there. Token sitting there in a place of deep liquidity. So I think that one's going to work out decently, and the cash is already everywhere. So yeah, these are the guys that are kind of breaking away from the cosmos, man. They're going EVM, they're going over to base, they're going over to L2, Ethereum L2s and all that. They're just going where the money is, man. You can sit here on uh, up till now it's been about the ethos for me. I really did believe in everything that we were trying to sell years and years ago, and it was all about the ethos for me. But then I find out as time goes on that you're the only one. You're the only one that's really holding the line. And while you might get a little bit of moral superiority for it, going down with the ship, man, is not a real good thing. You'll be remembered, but that's it. I mean, it's kind of it for you. So you either have to do that or you have to get aggressive and start going after the money where the money is actually accumulating, and then something like that on that particular token. By the way, you can get it on Ori. That's a part that surprised me a little bit. Is that it is an Ori thing. And I've been a fan of Ori. I've been critical of them. I have no doubt about that. I've been very, very critical of them because I didn't see how there was any way that I didn't see that how there was any way that they could possibly maintain the APRs on the pools that they had. And they were doing like the Crescent thing. And when you saw what happened with Crescent, you're looking over here at Ori and USDT, and you're getting 90 something percent out of it. I was like, man, it's a circular firing squad. How are they going to maintain it? Now, what they did do is what effectively all these dexes are doing now, and what all these dexes are going to have to do. They're going to have to mitigate risk. And the way that they're mitigating risk is right there with those little V3s. They do a couple of things. One, the APRs are just obscene. I mean, just obscene. This particular one can go anywhere from 6.3 to 1397, uh, uh, depending on how you set your range, whether it be hyper narrow or common. You're going to get a different kind of APR out of those. Now, these are fantastic because it mitigates the risk away from the DEX and puts the risk directly on the LP provider. So they can still come over here and advertise very, very attractive APRs without actually exposing themselves to it. So a lot of Dexes are starting to do this now. OSMO is doing it very, very heavy. Ori is doing it. Astrovault is doing it. A lot of the different Dexes are doing this because that's it. The days of printing and minting wealth are gone. All right, it came in with a bang and it left with a whimper, but this is what people are doing now, and I happen to agree with this one. So how can Ori continue to maintain? Well, because they took the risk off themselves and they pushed it onto the LP providers. Now you get a hell of a vig on it. All right, look, 1,397.63%. That is a lot of reward for the amount of risk that you're taking. So they're getting smarter with this as far as extending their roadmap and being able to keep it going. But the other thing that Ori did over here is with that particular token is that they're playing into the narrative, man. They're playing into the AI narrative. You just saw Trump up there yesterday. We're investing $500 billion in AI. They're not. All he's doing is clearing. The government is not pushing money into AI. It's all private investment, but it is. That's a lot of money. That $500 billion come pouring in here. Microsoft just announced a couple of weeks ago that they were pouring $80 billion into it. I mean, this is confirmed. This isn't speculation. I still got friends in the industry, and these friends in the industry are saying, yeah, man, we got POs here. They're ordering multi millions of dollars worth of equipment and all this stuff to get these things built up. So uh, building something that plays into the narrative, man, it's not a bad thing. All right. It is playing into the market that you have and not the market that you want. So if I can come over here and make 60% on that token over the last 24 hours, man, look, I'm going to give myself a round of applause on that. I'm not hurting anybody. All right. Nobody's getting hurt on this thing here because in this case, there may or may not be a little bit of utility in it. But either way, I'm not asking for their permission. If I see that something is short, or if I see potential in something that's coming out of that, why not invest in it? Why not realize some profits? Why not let the rest just sit there and hibernate and see what happens? You never know with these things. Fetch was $3.30 from 6 cents, from 6 cents to $3.30. So what I'm saying is that you just don't know. Now, does it is this something that I would do with a bulk of my capital? No, because narratives come and go, man. You have to protect out here. You have got to protect yourself. You have to insulate, you have to isolate, and you have to diversify. So it's a nice little it's not a massive chunk of my portfolio, but it is a chunk. And I like to talk about things that I'm invested in. This is one of those. There's a lot of things, and I'll make some videos out there for anybody who's curious. I'm kind of getting away from the videos. I don't know if you guys can tell. There's some work. You have to figure out what you're doing. You have to, there's a lot of research that you have to put into it to find out what it is you want to talk about. And then you post it up, and it gets 40 views, and it gets a little discouraging. Not that there's millions of people out there posting videos to YouTube that would love to have 40 views. So I'm not discounting it. I'm just saying that we're the fringe people, and the fringe people are just abandoning the fringe quicker than you can see. They're all running over to base. They're all running to Solana. They're all running where the action is, because that's a market that we have, and people want an action market. So yeah, I mean, I see no downside to me going over here and capitalizing on some of this, and I'm going to continue to do so. For today, we have, and I am getting into an Atom and Osmo discussion, and I'll tell you why. Uh, I've been holding on to Atom, the Atom that I've been farming off. From this particular farm right here. This is over on Astrovault. This is it's a single-sided farm. It's just the only thing in there is Astrovault, and the thing that comes out is Atom. So while I am holding this token, and Astrovault has been in a better place, but it's an index token, man. All right, market forces, the things that it's paired with, everything's down. What are you going to do? But they're kicking me out Atom on the other side of it. So for that one, I have no issue holding that, because it effectively cost me nothing. And getting 19.23% on my money, sure, I'll take that. I'll take that all day, particularly because it's a token that if I decide to part ways with it, I'm not going to shock the market. This thing still has a very, very generous market cap. So me selling off $80 or $100 worth of Atom a day is not really going to break the bank or move the needle in any way, shape, or form. But I'm going to keep my the bulk of my AXV is actually sitting right over there. I'm also paired up with USDC on it, because if Astrovault decides to run, then I make some cash on it. I don't hurt the token on the way up, and I able to pull some cash out on it. We've talked about these before, but the big money shots for them right now are definitely the concentrated liquidity pools. USDC wrap Bitcoin. They're big. Where is it? I got it out here. Oh yeah, the USDC Noble Atom at 44.57, guys. That's a monster. That is a monster number. So it's doing well for the DEX. It's printing out tokens for those of us that are on the other side of it. Question always comes down: can they maintain it? You know, if the market is friendly, then sure, they're going to maintain it. But let me get back to it. So why am I looking at Atom and Osmo again? So one, Atom is the one that must survive. That's really all it comes down to. Atom is the heartbeat, the lifeblood, the thing that makes all of the cosmos work. And they're for a place that's already struggling for consumers, that's Cosmos Network, because we didn't build for consumers. Let's be real here, guys. All right, we did not build for consumers. We built for degens. And when there's a better deal somewhere else, the degens are going to go there. They have no loyalty. They don't give a shit. They're parasites, and they're going to move on. And that's kind of what happened here. So it's up to the rest of us to prop it up or hold on to it as best we can. So but Adam simply has to survive. That's it. Now with the ICF coming in, gonna do some. I'm hoping that they're gonna do some good work. I'm investing into the future. That's really all it is. Is that I'm gonna go ahead and invest into the future on this one. But is it the one that's really gonna make a pop? Adam by itself, I want to say no. It may run 50%. It might get up to $9. And sure, that's great. We made 50%, man, but I made 60% on Max yesterday. And sometimes it only comes down to percentages. I literally think I'll get a better deal out of that. But again, you have to diversify, man. It's got to be smart crypto. In my opinion, that's smart crypto. So Adam is not really going to be the one that's going to sail away unless the new leadership comes in and has one hell of a good idea, which I haven't exactly heard yet. Then it's going to continue to languish. It's going to continue to bleed out. It is the ultimate extraction mechanism for effectively everything, and we never ever talk about it. You know, one of the top 10 validators on Atom Chain is Coinbase. You guys are aware of that, right? You are aware that that one of the top 10 validators is Coinbase, and they have a massive delegation of tokens in there. So they sit there and harvest Atom day after day after day. They bring it over to their own DEX. They are their own central exchange, and they sell it. I mean, that's it. You want to talk about the most joyful model in the world. Imagine if you did not have to pay for your product in any way, shape, or form, but you could resell it, and your cost basis is zero. Imagine that. So what I'm getting at on that one is that it's a very expensive chain. Atom is an incredibly expensive chain, and it does not generate revenue. There's effectively nothing aside from a few gas fees. There's effectively nothing that generates revenue out here. So it's just riding the pure hopium, and but you know what? Crypto is hopium. So you get enough degens that are going to be looking at it. They're going to be looking at the price action. I'll pull it up. I think we should all look. If I'm discussing it like this, I think we should discuss it with charts, guys. With the degens, the degen mindset, the degen everything that are going to come over here and look at this thing over a period of a year and say, you know what, we've hit bottom. We've reached bottom. And now that you're down there, even though we didn't, I mean, you guys remember this, right? This was not that damn long ago. That's a funny thing, is that this was just early November and it was sitting at $4. So it's not a stretch for me to come over and say that you're going to get some guys. Maybe someone's going to pick up on this. Maybe somebody's going to start drawing lines on charts. And then maybe people will come over here and start buying it, because that is really, really the hook with Atom, is people simply have to buy it, because it has no particular utility to itself. I get it. It's the tech. It's the token that represents the tech. But where does it gain value? Where does the organic value come from? It's not even like the designated gas. Solana works because all gas fees over there are paid in the Solana token. Transactions churn. So that works. But you can't replicate what's happening in Solana here, because you can use anything for gas. It really doesn't matter. You have some agoric, sure, use it as gas. We literally went out of there and built the tech that would enable you to pay with any fee that you want. You don't have to use Atom. So with that being the case, then Atom is just a purely speculative investment. And I'm kind of okay with that, because I can see more upside than downside. That's it. And that's why I've been out. That's why I've been holding on to it. That's why I was holding on to here. Go back and look at my videos. You see where we were. But I did clear the position. So now I'm just, because, come on, I'm not going to walk away from that. You're going to give me this on Atom, I will take the profits and put it into cash, wait for a better time, and then go ahead and move in. So there's the neat thing about it is that there's so many different ways to earn it, and with effectively no cost to you, that you can ride the speculation, and that's going to work out. But is it going to pop? I don't see how. That's kind of the kicker. You have to generate revenue. It's got to come from somewhere, man. If not, it is simply extraction and liquidity disappearing day after day after day, and no chain over here can make liquidity disappear faster than Atom can do it, because it has nothing coming in and only stuff going out. Money just pouring out of there. So, you know what? Your money, your business. You go ahead and think about it any way that you want to think about it, but you're always going to need a little bit of stability in your portfolio somewhere. And if nothing else, Adam is stable. It is more or less stable. So take that with a grain of salt. You do you, bro. All right, gonna play a song here, guys, and I'm getting nasally, so I have to do what I hate to do and actually use nasal spray to try to clear myself out a little bit here, man. This is the hazard of the people who do a lot of talking in very, very short order, is that we end up blowing our sinuses to pieces. So anyway, enjoy the song. We will be back. I'm looking for questions, looking for comments. We're going to be coming back talking OSMO, talking Polaris, and want to give you my context on that. Anyway, please stand by, guys. We'll be right back here on the podcast on the OmniFlix Network. Cheers.
Didn't know what time it was, the lights were low. Oh, oh. I leaned back on my radio. Oh, oh. Some cat was laying down some rock and roll, that is all he said. Then the loud sound, it seemed to fade. Came back like a slow voice on a wave of fade. That wasn't no DJ, that was hazy cosmic jive. There's a starman waiting in the sky. He'd like to come and meet us, but he thinks he'd blow our minds. There's a starman waiting in the sky. He's told us not to blow it, 'cause he knows it's all worthwhile. He told me, let the children lose it, let the children use it, let all the children boogie. Switch on the TV, we may pick him up on channel 2. Look out your window, I can see his light. If we can sparkle, he may land tonight. Don't tell your papa, or he'll get us locked up in time. There's a starman waiting in the sky. He'd like
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats, kids, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I got your questions. Bell is in attendance, so let me go ahead and take them top to bottom, and then we're going to get into Osmo. The only reason that I would consider osmosis, and let's let's all look together here. Osmo, unfortunately, is another one of those that there's not a lot to there's not a lot of places for this one to go, with the with the exception of down. There's your 1 year chart. In fact, shit, I wish I tried to think if there's a way I can do this full screen. I dosed up with nasal spray, so now it's like slowly dripping. It's like slow. Excuse me. Damn, I hate this part of the business. There's no place for it to go but down, from where it is right now, because it is also a very, very expensive chain to run. It is farmed to hell and gone. Coinbase is on this one as well. And it's kind of funny that if there was anything to invest in, honestly, I put it in Coinbase, man. Base launched, but they didn't launch a token. So the only way that you're going to get any of that action is by horsing around over there on Base, which I am. I'm using Airdrome, or invest in the Coinbase stock, because you got to admit, man, pay nothing for a supply, but being able to sell said supply, man, that's a round of applause right there on that one. So here's my context on this, and I'll talk about it while we stare at the chart. Did they realize that their model is completely unsalvageable at this point? That's kind of the question. Now, they're also doing the V3s, very, very heavy into the V3 pools. They're mitigating risk on the DEX. That's very important to do because their output is extreme. They pay a lot of money out to people staking. They pay a lot of money out to their team. It's an incredibly expensive chain to run, so it's a little tough. But the question that I have to ask myself, and I think that you have to ask yourself, is did they realize it? Did they realize that this is something that will not be able to be maintained, and that the the circular firing squad and the circle the death loop is started on that? Well, if they did, then what they are doing right now is actually a very, very smart thing to do. And we're talking about the Polaris app. So the idea behind that, and I have not done a whole hell of a lot of research into it. I doubt it'll work the way I would like it to work, but they're kind of going the right way there, because what they're trying to do is get transactions on chain. Right now, there are not a lot of transactions that are happening over here. There are not a lot of transactions that are happening anywhere over here in the cosmos. Solana is being wildly successful right now, to the point that they're crashing their own network is bogging down, because there is so much action over on that network. They make their money through transactions. That's how Solana does it. They just provided the framework. People came, people built, and they're paying Solana to exist on Solana. That means it's Solana gas is constantly being paid. It's churning out. It's paying out their 4,000 plus validators. I don't even know how many they have now, but they have that is literally creating organic revenue, because the investment into Solana has already been completed. Now they have to scale. They really have to scale, man, because now you're going to start getting into UI and UX, user experience, user interfaces. So they're going to have to step that up, because it's not exactly looking great. But the idea, I believe, behind the Polaris app, and if I'm wrong, mention it in comments, man, I'll certainly get to them, is that trade any token from any chain from a single location. Now, the one thing that Solana got really, really right is the Phantom wallet. And let me log into mine so you can see it. I don't have much in there, so I don't care. This is this is kind of a goofy one. What they did over here, and this is kind of what I would hope that the Polaris app will enable, is to be able to trade any token for any other token. And on Solana, it doesn't really matter where the DEX is, which one it is, whether it's Radium or any of the other myriad of DEXs that are over there. But you can swap everything from right here inside of this wallet. So if I wanted to swap, do I have it really? Do I have 40? Okay, there. I'm sorry. That's not my my personal holdings. I was like, do I have that much Trump? I didn't think I have that much Trump. But if I wanted to swap something like trust the process for anything. I don't even care what it is over here. But if I wanted to swap that for Mudang, I don't have to learn the dexes. I don't have to learn how they work, where they are, the nuance of all these individual dexes. All I have to do is come over here and say I want to swap 100, $1.48 of trust to get $1.46 worth of Mudang, and I hit the swap now button, and then it's going to go. So in this case, it's going through Radium, but anything it will literally go through anything that's out here. It doesn't really matter the dex, because I could pull from that one, I could pull from this one. There's just lots of different ways that you can do it over here, but the user experience is super easy. All right, you just saw it. There is nothing to it. And even real non-crypto people, once they get past the initial how do I get money into the wallet, can actively and aggressively trade over here. They made it super easy, but they're still Solana tokens. So the interesting thing I find about the Polaris app, if they can complete it, if it works, if they can market it, and that's really where it's going to come down to, is marketing. They should be hitting the ever-loving hell out of this thing right now, and I mean hard. I should have to go to Twitter every single day and see nothing but posts about Polaris app and where they are and the development and internal testing, and oh my God, isn't this exciting? If they don't do that, it's going to die. But if they do that, then you're going to get a lot of action on there, and you could literally come over, if it works the way that they say it's going to work, that you could trade tokens from any chain to anything. So it's exciting, but I don't know if it's advanced enough that they're bridging into things like other main big L1s like Solana. If they are, please let me know in the comments. Bell will get them over to me and I'll read it. Again, I haven't done a terrible amount of research on this, but I will. But the idea of it, of what they're doing, is generating transactions, is generating transaction fees. That's what they need to be doing. That's what every L1 out here needs to be doing. That's the point of the L1, is to generate transactions. Now, Cosmos, I think it's real safe to say that Cosmos kind of gave up on that. We're riding pure hope, we're riding pure hopium, and let's just kind of hope it works out. A couple chains are doing it well. A couple chains are actually offering a product, and it's very important that that happens. But it's not the focus of it. For some reason, Cosmos continues to be talking all about the tech and ignoring investor and degen sentiment. It cannot be all about the tech, because nobody cares about the tech. Nobody gives a shit about the tech. They want to know when token go up. That's what they want to know. They want to know what makes it go, what makes token go up. And the thing that makes token go up for something like OSMO is churning the hell out of that with gas fees. It's just millions and millions and millions of transactions that are occurring daily, and they're only getting fractions of cents. It depends, let's just say it's a single penny. Let's just say it's 1 penny per transaction, which is cheap, man. That's dirt cheap. It's cheaper than Solana. But let's pretend that they churn 1 million tokens, or 1 million transactions at 1 penny. How much is that? How much does that come out to be? Because if you start doing that and you do it day after day after day, then you start earning real revenue. And this is organic revenue. This is not people investing for the gas fees. These are just the gas fees that are stacking up and turning into real revenue. Now, the question will come down to, what will they do with that real revenue? Will they buy back and burn OSMO token? What will they do with it? Or is this going to be a whole separate animal that they just sit there and collect money on? That's a very important question, because if it all turns into OSMO and this all becomes like protocol-owned liquidity or off-the-books liquidity, what would stop them from dumping it? Just dumping the token after the other, because then they're just, nothing in there and just cash out the other side. So what would stop them from doing something like that? These are the questions that I have. But as far as which one will have a bigger impact to investors, to users, it's easily Polaris, because Atom really has nothing. There is nothing special about it. It has an infinite supply. They can continue to mint it and mint it and mint it. There's just so much that they can do because they're not earning anything. Whereas Polaris actually has an opportunity to generate transactions and generate fees, and that's important. So again, it'll come down to, it's all going to come down to marketing. And the one thing that Cosmos sucks absolute balls on is marketing. Nobody knows how to market out here. We never leave our orbits. They never try to get out of our own ecosystem. It's you're pandering to people that already have all the information. So, and I understand repetition is important, but it's repetition is important to people who have never heard of you. For people who have heard of you, thanks, I guess that appreciate it. I don't look at a advertisement for Coca-Cola and say, "Damn, I want to go out and get a Coca-Cola." I already have that. All right, I already know them. I know the product. I know the brand. I'm already a big fan. So a Coca-Cola advertisement to me would be just completely lost on. It would be a waste of money. So I'm going to be watching this real close as we get closer to it. TikTok, as we get closer to the release of Polaris, to see if they're actually going to go anywhere with it. That's what I want to know. Are they going to advertise? Are they going to leave the ecosystem? Are they going to start advertising over on Ethereum, over on Base, over on Sweet, over on Solana? Are they going to start advertising over there? If they do, this could be a thing, and that could definitely be the thing that's going to give Osmo some projection. If they don't, it's just going to languish, man, is what it is. Welcome to crypto. All right. Political. Bella, I need to know how to move my Jackal out of OmniFlix and back into Astrovault. Astrovault to stake. Let me take a look here for you, Jeff. I think I may have some here. So let's take a little look. I don't know what wallet I'm on. So sure, man. Look, here is one. I'd have to ask for a little clarification on that. What do you mean? Move it over to Astrovault to stake, because if you're over here on OmniFlix, and you don't even have to use OmniFlix anymore, there's lots of different ways. But if you're over here on OmniFlix and you're staking tokens, they're already staked, dude. All right, you don't have to move them. And at the APR that you're getting out of this now, which is right around 17%, they fixed it. They fixed it. Round of applause for carrying the two in the math this time. So at 17%, I would certainly recommend you leave it staked. But if you're going to move it over there, what are you going to do with it, I guess? If you want to see how to do it, here's Node It's. You're going to hit that little button right there, Jeff. You see it that says undelegate, and you're going to choose how much to undelegate, and then you're going to hit that undelegate button. If you do that, then these tokens are going to be removed from stake, and they're going to show back into your wallet natively. They're just going to show back up into your Kepler wallet. It's going to take 14 days. So hope that answers the question. I know it does, dude. If not, hit me up. Political. What guns would the USS Potagil have on it for defense? What guns? That's kind of funny, man. The modern Navy. We're certainly not a gun first Navy anymore. I mean, why would we be? We put Tomahawk missiles on air. I'm sorry. They're called harpoons. We put harpoon missiles on everything, and these are literally anti-ship missiles. And any one of these, even a destroyer, can launch 8 of these at one time. And they're nap of the earth missiles, so they blow out of the tubes, the fins kick open, you see them start to settle down, they hit the gas, and they're going to be just skimming right above the water. So they're trying to stay under the radar line, so there's no chance to have them shot down. And depending on how they are set, they're either going to slam into the side of the hull, or they're going to do a little rise up and then drop down on top of the superstructure. It depends what kind of ship you're hitting. If you're hitting a carrier, you want to drop up and just blow the hell out of the runway, out of the top of the ship. If you blow the hell out of the top of the ship, they can't launch planes. And a carrier that can't launch planes is called a target. So yeah, it depends what they're doing. What is the common? Just a 5-inch. I think that's pretty much good enough. You're not going to get close enough like a 16-inch gun on the later battleships like the Missouri or the New Jersey or the Iowa. You don't need those. They have incredible range, over 20 nautical miles. You can fire those things. We use satellites. We actually have satellites up there to aim them, because you're talking about 2,400-pound projectile that you're firing 24 miles, and that's over the horizon. We don't even know where it's going to land. We have a good idea, but we don't know where. But why would I do that when I can hit you from 60 nautical miles out with a harpoon or with Tomahawk cruise missiles. So yeah, the gun days are over, man. The only reason that we'd have them on ships anymore is simply to protect ourselves against pirates. And you don't even need a 5-inch gun to protect yourself against pirates, man. We got these deck mounted 25 millimeters, little joysticks. It's almost like a video game now because you just have this cool display with the dot. And when you see it, lead them in a little bit. A 25 millimeter deck mounted round is very, very fast. So you don't even have to lead them that much, but you just get them close and you tweak it in, move it in, and bam, 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 bam. And you just let loose with the 25s, and you're going to be pretty well protected. So, what would be on the USS Pottigill? A lot of missiles, man. And, a lot of missiles. That would be about it. Hope that answered the question. What else we got here? Scott, have you seen VRT? It is running wild. No, sir. But I haven't been tracking it, but I don't need to because I have you for that, Jeff. So appreciate that one. From New Type, Adam Osmo. I'm going to try and stick with Nisha once they launch mainnet. I don't know. I don't get stoked about new L1 launches anymore, man. Look, we got enough L1s. I would dearly love it if somebody would just simply realize that why don't we consolidate all of these dead L1s and dead chains out here and just make one super chain. I think that would be awesome. But everybody's got their own idea about blockchain and what it is and how it works and how it should be marketed in X and Y and Z. So something like that is never going to happen. And every single new chain that launches simply dilutes DeFi capital, and there's not that much of it left. I mean, it is a liquidity desert out here. Patrick Dunlop from Jackal said that very, very accurately. It's just complete liquidity desert. So every time we launch a new thing, nothing happens. You know, what about Ellis? Everybody was stoked about Ellis, and now I don't even see tweets about Ellis. It just they spent a lot of money developing this thing, man, and it's effectively a ghost town. So while I appreciate the new thing is going to be better than the old thing, if we couldn't even make the old thing work, then what do you think is going to happen with the new thing? Every time these happen, you know, you're not pulling cultists out. They're not moving. They're here, they're stuck, and you don't lose until you sell, right? Isn't that what we say? So I'll keep an eye on it, though, man. I don't have a whole hell of a lot of high hope up here. And New Type, the real Max token or just a derivative of Max on Ori? Well, I mean, Ori launched a token, and I think it's funny that they launched a token and they launched it over on Radium, and created a derivative of it over on Ori. It makes sense, and I understand why. I do understand why. Real good example here. The Jackal token exists on the Jackal chain out here in the Cosmos, but Jackal is also going to be moving over to Base, but it's not native Jackal. It's going to be Wrap Jackal. So they're doing the same thing. All right. They're doing the same thing that everybody is doing right here, right now. They just happen to get out there in front of it. That's it. So they saw it. They see where the market is and where the real degeneracy is happening, and they created a product. They moved it over there, and that product's been running successfully. So yeah, it's going to be pegged to the price, but no, it's not native because it seems to be a Solana token. Nuclear Chicken. Atom is the lifeblood. I've heard how important Atom is from social media, and I can't figure out why it is the lifeblood. It is the main L1 token, but I don't know what it is. But I don't know what it is for. Yeah, neither do we. Neither does Atom. Neither does anybody over here in the Cosmos. You know, it's like you're a Cleveland Browns fan. That's what you are. When you're an all the way Adam Maxey, you are a Cleveland Browns fan. And if you follow football whatsoever, and particularly the Browns for the last, 30 years, you know exactly what I mean by that. You're going to stick with it because you've always stuck with it. And people are very, very comfortable in complacency. And that seems to be what you're going to get there with Adam. It's something that you know. And it is not so esoteric that you can't wrap your head around it. That's what it is. And when people parrot the same narrative, well, it's the token of the hub. It is the token of the entire cosmos. And yeah. It's very, very important that token perform for investor confidence. That's really where it comes down to, is investor confidence and investor sentiment. If you want to see the rest of the small bit of liquidity that we have left here, if you want to see it leave, let Adam tank to $2. You let Adam go ahead and go down to $2, let it slip somewhere down to 300 or 400 market cap rank, and there won't be any more Cosmos. Nobody will talk about it. It's just gone. I mean, it still exists, and for what it's worth, it's going to do the exact same thing at $2 that it's doing at $6.20. It will do the exact same thing. It will perform the exact same way. But whatever you have left out here as far as liquidity goes is just going to sail away. They're going to go chase something better because nobody wants to be the last guy in the room. So, yes, is it important? It is absolutely important for investor confidence. Hope that answered the question. All right, guys, got one more song to play. Then we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. I used this song recently, but I just need a pick-me-up. I just need a nice pick-me-up today, and Jamie Johnson certainly gives it to me. So if you could, guys, any other questions, please get them in. We'll get them answered. This is the podcast here on the OmniFlix Network, and we're going to be right back.
I never cut tobacco in the hills of Tennessee. I ain't got a moonshine still, but I still love to smoke and drink. No, I never ate dinner from a wood-burning stove. I rode bareback in a rodeo. If you wanna see the redneck side of me, give me a six-string flat-top guitar, put all you hillbillies in a honky-tonk bar. Show me to the stage and set me free, and I'll sing all night in the morning light. When your shades are on and your head's on ice, you'll know you've seen the redneck side of me. Let me tell you something. I never was a roughneck, pumping crude down the line. All night log, no timber, sawing on them Georgia pines. I can't mix the best batch of etouffee. I never hunted gators in the Everglades. You wanna see the redneck side of me? Give me that six-string flat-top guitar, put all you hillbillies in a honky-tonk bar. Show me to that stage and set me free, and I'll sing all night in the morning light. When your shades are on and your head's on ice, you'll know you've seen the redneck side of me. Guitar, put all you rednecks in a smoke-filled bar. Show me to that stage and set me free. We'll raise hell all night in the morning light. When your shades are on and your hat's too tight, you'll know you've seen the redneck side of me. Oh, give me that six-string flat-top guitar, put all you hillbillies in a honky-tonk bar. Show me to the stage and set me free, and we'll drink all night in the morning light. When your shades are on and your head's on ice, you'll know you've seen the redneck side of me. Son, you gon' know you've seen the redneck side of me.
And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats, kids, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you. A couple of additional questions. I'll fix you up here, Jeff. I'll show you how to do that. What if you need to redelegate? And by the way, it's your money, your business. I don't particularly care what you do with it, man. It's up to you. But you should definitely, if you plan on utilizing Jackal storage, the best way to utilize Jackal storage is to not pay for Jackal storage. And what I mean, I'll even pull this up. Coney Daddy sent me this, so you can mask me out of this. If you're going to use, this is a great graphic. Isn't this fantastic? I'd have to move myself and reframe it and all that, but fantastic graphics. So round of applause up there for Coney Daddy too. But if you're going to be utilizing Jackal storage, and while I certainly recommend it from a pure privacy standpoint, one of the easiest things that you can do out here is you're going to redelegate. So Jeff, this is just for you. I have to do it behind the ledger, so I'm sorry for the clicks, but you're going to redelegate from wherever you happen to be. And I don't really care which one it is. Again, I have to find it up here, man. I really wish these things could be ordered up differently. But the easiest way that you can utilize Jackal storage right now is by redelegating 100 tokens from wherever you are to Squirrel Logic. Now, they're going to hit you a little bit higher over here. It's going to be about 6.5%. Which wallet am I on? Oh, I'm on, I'm not on behind the ledger wallet. Sorry about that. But redelegate 100 tokens over to make it 101. All right, but redelegate them over to Squirrel Logic, and Squirrel Logic's gonna provide you 50 gigabytes of Jackal storage free of charge, as long as you keep those tokens up there. So sure, it's a great way. And 100 tokens, I actually ran this out. You're gonna, at 17%, you're gonna make enough staking rewards on those 100 tokens to pay your gas fees. So this is like a one-time shot here. You put it up and you're good to go. Just like that. This is the easiest way that you can get something for free. And yeah, that's it. That's my public service address that's my public service announcement for today. Question from Bud. Scott, do you do any farming on Solana, or any chains outside of Cosmos and Arbitrum? I'm primarily on Arbitrum. Now my degen trading happens over on Solana. Dude, I swim in the memes. I get dirty with those, man. I'm a Thunderdome kind of guy. So yeah, I do, but the bulk of what I do, tends to happen over here on Arbitrum and Aerodrome, and it tends to happen in the V3. So I'm hitting Arbitrum, so an L2, Ethereum L2. I'm hitting Aerodrome pretty decently. My numbers keep going up and up over there. So yeah, I do that, but the bulk of it happens right here, man. It's just it's easy. It's relatively safe. My network fees are dust, or just cost nothing. And this particular one right now, Ethereum USDC, is just printing money for me, man. This is not my big wallet. All right, this is my video wallet. I only got 10, 12, 15 grand in here. But add a zero or two, and you're going to see what I mean by the way that I farm over here. And I farm these things. I farm the hell out of them. The only one that I trust to this day, the only one that I trust, and I'm willing to go to the mattresses with anybody on this, is that pool right there, Ethereum USDC. That's the one that I hit. That's the one that I hit the hardest. The APR on the tight margin, and I'm in tight. I mean, if they would let me go smaller, I'd go smaller, because I have no problem owning either side of this pool. I'm thrilled if I own the USDC, and I'm thrilled if I own the Ethereum. I'm indifferent. I like both sides of that. This is so critical, absolutely so critical to your own peace of mind, is that you have to like both sides of these particular pools if you're going to, really come over here and swim long-term in the V3 waters. So most of it I do over here. I'm not even going to pull up Aerodrome because, God, that UI is just awful. I mean, someone's going to have to pick up on this. And when they actually build over there on Aerodrome with something that is, or I'm sorry, build over there on base with something that is very, very acceptable from a UI UX standpoint, they're going to dominate this market. So the one that I'm looking for, and I spend a lot of time over there looking for every new thing that's launching, I'm looking for the one that has a good UI UX. You can continue to ignore you can continue to ignore it to your own peril. But the reason that but if they want my money, they're going to have to give me an experience that I'm comfortable with. And I happen to be very, very comfortable on Arbitrum. That's why I'm still over here. But Airdrome, you can't ignore it, man. You just can't ignore the money that's the liquidity that's swimming around out there, man. You do that to your own investment peril. So keep that in mind. So hope that answered the question. Anyway, from New Type, you bought some Trump token. Dude, I absolutely killed the Trump token. I ain't the one who dreamt it up. I'm not the one who launched it. I'm not the one who did any of that. But I do more of my investing right now on market sentiment versus fundamentals. And with my play money, not my big money, with my play money. I'm happy to get over there and get dirty with them. So when I see something like that, Trump, and you understand where the mind of the world is right now, and then this thing pops up, we spent a lot of time out here trying to assign rationality and objectivity to people's decisions, and this is a market that is neither rational nor objective. All right, it chases the lights. That's all it does, is chase the lights. So not only did I make a really good chunk of change on Trump, but I did what so many others did at that time and dumped it and put it into Melania, let it ride up, and then I dumped that as well. So even though, internally it kills me to know that this is what they're doing and this is the way that they see the crypto market. It gets lonely out there, man. It gets really, really lonely out there on the fringe when you're camped on ethos. The air is not fresh. There's really nothing to eat, and you could sit out there and die morally superior, but you're gonna die. So you have to go where the action is. Sometimes you have to take a chance out there. Sometimes not with anything that you can afford to or that you can't afford to lose, but you got to take some swings, man. If you don't take some swings, there's really no point. And the funny thing about this little conversation that we're having right now is that Bella and I have talked about this over and over. And the right way for us to pivot this channel is directly into market sentiment. That's what we should do. But I don't know how you guys are going to feel about it. So I'm putting it out right now. Please get the comments in before this ends, or hit up Bella at thepodcast.com and let me know. I earn more doing everything else than the things that I make videos on. I earn more over in the DGen land than I actually do over here. So the market that you want is where I have a good deal of my cash in, but the market that we have is where I earn more money. It's kind of funny. And if you would like to see us pivot that direction, put it in comments. See, now you guys have been with us for years and years and years, that have been watching us daily for years and years and years, everything we do, everything we talk about. And I don't want to disappoint you. So we have stayed in our own little clique, our own little wheelhouse there, because I don't want to disappoint our regular viewers, the family. I don't want to disappoint you guys by swinging out into DGen land. But if you would get more entertainment out of watching us do exactly that, I promise you, we will pivot the channel, because it's not that hard to get views sometimes. Again, my World of Warships channel is wildly outpacing views, subs, everything than what we're doing on this channel that has been live and kicking out content for 6 years. I just want to keep you guys happy, man. And if you want to see some of that DGen stuff, let's go get dirty, man. I am there. So anyway, guys, going to go ahead and roll this one out. I have to make some World of Warship videos. I might even go live. At lunch over on Omniflix and just push the World of Warship stream over there and have some fun with it. But any questions, comments, concerns, observations, Scott at thepodcast.com. Let me know. Let me know how you feel, man. We're here for you guys. So anything else, Bella at thepodcast.com, and she will certainly get you taken care of. But guys, gotta go. Got some work to do. Until next time, which be tomorrow morning or Omniflix at lunch. Until next time, please stay safe. Please be smart with your money, guys. Cheers.
We are dropping new videos and podcasts every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And be sure to look for us on Instagram, Twitter, and Parler at The Podcasts.